Hello children, welcome to the YouTube channel of Welkin National School Vasai East. This is Mrs. Mamata Biju, your subject teacher of SST. Today I will be teaching for standard 8, that is Geography, chapter number 6, Land Use. Geographical explanation. You may have realized that there is a fixed place for everything. If this is not done, the house appears disorganized. There will be difficulties while moving around the house. Even if these arrangements are changed, there will be confusion for a few days. The land available in your house is used for different purpose. Now over here they have explained that for every area there is a fixed place for everything. If it's not fixed, then the house appears to be disorganized, and it also becomes difficult when we move around the house. Wherever the land you see near, it's used for some or the other purpose. Now try this. This activity has to be performed by all the students together. They have given this commercial land area, then residential area, then they have given open ground, entertainment area, industries, transport, agriculture, institute, mixed land use. What they have given, prepare board with these names. Let the students stand in a circle holding this board. Now you have to make the small boards of this names, commercial, residential, all this board you have to make, and one student have to take it and stand in a circle. Now prepare chits with the following names and put them in the box. So these are the chits name, you have to write it and put it in the box. All the names they have given: shop, garden, bank, utensils factory, school, bungalow, residential building, mall, hockey field, cinema house, hospital, bus stop, port, airport, swimming pool, badminton court, reserved forest. Each student will pick up one chit, and as per the land use category will stand close to the person holding the respective board. Once the activity is completed, have a discussion based on the following points. These points you can discuss, okay, when this activity is done. Geographical explanation. Land use is the way or purpose for which land in a region is used. The interaction between geographical factors and man have resulted in land use. Land use undergoes changes with time. As man's need have increased, the use of the land for different purpose has also increased. Mineral rich land is used for mining. Fertile plains are used for agriculture. Okay. Now they have explained in this, the land are used for many purposes, and the land uses undergo changes with time. Now man's need have increased as per the environment. The use of the land is also used for different purpose. Now mineral rich land is used for mining. The land which is fertile and the land and the plants, they are used for agriculture. The plain lands are also used for agriculture. Types of land use. Rural land use. In rural area, agriculture is the main occupation. Agro-based activities are also common in rural areas. This influences the location for the rural settlement. Hence, these settlements are located close to the agricultural field and forest area. The settlements of miners are close to the mining area, while fishermen's settlement are near to the seashore. In rural area, the availability of land is more and the population is less. Hence, population is sparse. In rural area, the extent of residential area is less. Land use in the rural area can be classified in the following manner. Arable land. This is the land under cultivation. Normally, this land is under individual ownership. This land can be classified as per the ownership of land and types of agriculture. Fallow land. This is agricultural land which is temporarily not in use. In order to improve the fertility of soil, the farmer does not use a part of his agricultural land for 1 or 2 seasons. Forest land. A demarcated forest area is also a type of rural land use. From this area, forest products like firewood, gum and grass are obtained. Forest comprises of large trees, bushes, creepers and grass. The next one is grassland, pasture land. It is also said as pasture land. This land is under the ownership of the village panchayat or the government and is used for grazing purpose. This land belongs to the entire village. Very little grassland is under individual ownership. Now in this paragraph they have said that in this types rural land use, as we all know, in rural area agriculture is used for the main occupation, and agro based industries they settle there closely where the agricultural fields and forest area are near miners, and settle close to the mining area, and the fishermen settle near to the seashore. Now in rural area land availability is more and population is less. The land which are used in the rural area are classified into following manner. Now one is the arable land. Now this land is under cultivation and it is under individual ownership. Now as per this land, the ownership of land and types of agriculture is vary. The fallow land. In the fallow land, it's agricultural land which is temporary, not in use. To improve the fertility of soil as per 1 or 2 season, the farmer does not use a part of his agricultural land. Now forest land, it is a demarcated forest area, is a type of rural land use. Now in this land, forest products like firewood, gum and grass we get. Now in forest you will see large trees, bushes, creepers and grass. Okay. Now in grassland, this land is under the ownership of the village panchayat or the government. Now this land is used for grazing purpose. Grazing purpose means the grassland suitable for the pasturage, and this land is for the entire village. Okay. Then urban land use. Urban land use, there has been an increase in urban settlement in the 20th century. In urban areas, land is used for different purposes. It is necessary to make maximum use of the land. In the urban area, with reference to population, the land is limited. Therefore, the distribution of population is dense. Urban land use can be classified in the following manner. Commercial land use. Some parts of the cities are only used for commercial purpose. In this area, there are many shops, banks and offices. This has given rise to the concept of the central business unit, that is said to be CBD. For example, in Mumbai, the fort area or the BKC is Bandra Kurla complex. Now over here, urban land use, they have said that urban settlement is increased in the 20th century and this land is used for different purpose. The maximum land should be used. Now as per the population, the land is limited and the urban land is classified into following manner. One is the commercial land. Now in this commercial land use, in this some part of the land is used only for making shops, banks and offices, which gave rise to the concept of central business district. For example, if you see in Maharashtra, BKC is the example that is fully used for the commercial area. Residential land use. Here the main land use is for residential purpose. In this area, houses or residential building are included. Since population is more in urban area, residential land use has increased. Now in residential area, they have explained that over here land are used on for making residential. Now all big blocks are made because population is more in the urban area, so this land use is increased. Transport land use. In urban areas, transportation facilities are important for the movement of goods and people. For this purpose, different types of transportation facilities are found in cities like public bus stop, railway lines, metro, monorails, commercial vehicles, etc. In addition to this, the number of private vehicles is also large. Hence, in cities, road, railway line, station, petrol pumps, transport depots, and vehicle repair center occupy large area. These are included in the transport land use. Now, transport land use, they have explained in this paragraph that as we know in urban area, to move goods from one place to another, transportation facilities are important. Now different transportation facilities you will see like public places, bus stops, railway lines, then metro, then monorail, then commercial vehicle, etc. You will see private vehicle in large numbers, and because of this, in these cities, roads, railway lines, then station, then petrol pumps occupy much and more large area. The next is public utility area. For the various needs of the population, some services are provided by the local governing bodies, state government or central government. The area under these services comes under this category. Example: hospital, post office, police station, police grounds, schools, colleges, universities, etc. Now, the land use under the category is important. These services diffuse the tension caused due to the burgeoning population. Now, in this paragraph, they have explained that because of the increased population, there are various services needed which are provided by the local governing bodies, state government or central government. The area covers hospital, post office, police station, police grounds, schools, colleges, university, etc. Recreational land use. In cities, some areas have to be specially reserved for the entertainment of the population. The use of such space is mainly for fields, garden, swimming pools, theatres, etc. Now, in this recreational land, you will see in cities where land is used only for the reserved area for the entertainment purpose of the population, like garden, swimming pools, theatres, and etc. Then mixed land use. In some areas we find all these uses together. Such areas are said to have mixed land use. Example: residential areas and entertainment areas. On maps, special colors are used to indicate such area. Red residential, blue commercial, yellow agricultural. yellow agricultural and green forest area. Now in this mixed land use they have explained that you will see the land where all this uses the all the land is uses together, and this area is called mixed land use, like for example residential area and entertainment area. Transitional area and suburbs. Rural settlements start outside the boundary area of urban settlements, but the intermediate area in between is called the transitional area. In this area, there is a blend of rural and urban land use. In this area, land use is of a mixed nature. In this zone, cultural activity are also of a mixed type. Over time, this area is converted to an urban area and this region become suburbs. Example, Bandra, Bhandup, etc. are suburbs of Mumbai city. Now in this paragraph they have explained that the intermediate area of the rural and urban settlement is called transitional area. Now it is a blend of both the area. After a long time this area is converted to an urban area and these region became suburbs. Now suburbs for example like Bandra and Bhandup, these are the region of transitional area. Planned cities. After the Industrial Revolution, urbanization occurred on a large scale throughout the world. Since this urbanization was not well planned, cities began to grow in a haphazardous manner. Because of the employment opportunities there, a large scale migration to cities occurred. As a result, the availability of land is always a serious problem in cities. A lot of diversity is visible in the land use of cities. Limited land, varied land use, and burgeoning cities resulted in the thought of having planned cities for the future. Even before a city grows, its land use is predetermined and a planned layout is prepared. Accordingly, the cities are developed. Singapore, Seoul, that is South Korea, Zurich, that is Switzerland, Washington DC, that is in USA, Brasilia, that is in Brazil, Chandigarh, Bhubaneswar, etc. are all example of planned cities. Now over here in this planned cities they have explained that planned city it includes urbanization occurred on a large scale throughout the world. But urbanization was not in proper plan, societies began to grow in a rapid manner. Now, as there are more employment opportunity in a large scale, so people migrate from cities to cities. Now, limited land use for various reasons revealed into the thought of having planned cities. Now, for the future, before making a proper cities, a proper plan out is prepared. Now the cities are developed like Singapore, Seoul, Zurich, then Washington, then Brasilia, then Chandigarh, Bhubaneswar, etc. These are all the example of the planned cities. Geographical explanation. You may have realized that in different countries, the percentage under various land uses differ. Based on the availability of land, the population of a country is its quality and needs land use types vary. Now in Japan for example, the percentage of land under forest is more and the percentage of land under permanent agriculture is very low. As compared to that in India, the percentage of land under forest is low while the percentage of land under permanent agriculture is high. Now in this geographical explanation they have said in many countries the percentage of land uses differ. Now as per the availability of land the population of the country vary. Example Japan, the percentage of land under forest is more as compared to the land under permanent agriculture is very low. Now next is the geographical explanation. 712 extract. Now under the land utilization we have seen how land is put to different uses. The ownership of land could be private or public. Land registration in this context is done under the revenue department of the government. All the information about the registration land can be obtained from the revenue department in the 712 extract. Let us get some information about this. One can get to know under whose ownership the land is from the 712 extract. The extract is a record kept by the Public Revenue Department. Serial number 7 and 12 are distinctive sections of the law pertaining to the ownership of land. The 7 by 12 extract is a kind of mirror about the land. This is because just by reading the extract sitting in one place, one can get complete information about the piece of the land without actually going there. The register of the revenue department records the detail of the ownership's rights of the family, status of the debts and loan, transfer of ownership and the area under different crops. Village farm number 7 and village farm number 12 are combined to prepare as 712 extract, hence it is termed as 712 extract. These village farms are available with the talati of every village for land and revenue collection purpose. Now over here they have given the sample pictures of the land. These are the sample pictures of the land. These are the records. Okay. Now in this paragraph they have explained that 712 extract. Now the ownership of the land is private or public, and the land registration is done under the revenue department of the government. Now whatever the information of the land is required, that can be obtained from the revenue department in the 712 extract. Now from 712 extract you can remove the information of the ownership of the land, then public revenue debt, then keep the record serial number and the 7 and 12 distinction session. This 7 and 12 is the kind of the mirror about the land. Now without visiting the land, one can sit at one place and get all the information about it. Now the revenue department records the details of the ownership's rights of the family, then status of the debts and the loans and the transfer of ownership and different crops. How is 712 extract read? Occupant class 1 means the land over which ownership rights are available through generations. This is ancestral property. Occupant class 2 means the land given by the government to marginal farmers or landless people. Such land can be sold, leased, pledged, given as charity or transferred only with the sanction of the district collector. Below that, under assessment, the amount of tax levied on the land is given in rupee paise. In other rights, the names of the other joint holders are included. This all shows the status of loan taken for agriculture and whether they have been repaid or not. Now over here they have explained that from occupant class 1, it means you will understand this is an ancestral property or not. Now from occupant 2, class 2, whether the land is for the marginal farmer or the landless people, such lands can be sold or leased or pledged or given for the charity. From the assessment, the amount of tax that is levied on the land is given in rupees or paise. Ownership of the non-agricultural land is recorded on the property card. This document showing ownership rights and the area of the property is made available from the urban land records. It has the following information: city, survey number, plot number, amount of tax, area of the property assessed, rights to assess, etc. Now over here they have explained that in property card who is the ownership of the non-agricultural land is recorded. It shows ownership's right, then area of the property, then city survey number, then plot number, amount of tax, then area of the property assessed, then right to the whose right access is to be given. This all is written in the property card. Okay. So they have this is all about the land use in this chapter. So students, hope you all have understood this chapter. Bye students, take care and have a nice day.